finally, after 6 months,
Yep.
the cowshed is finished.
Cut again. Rewind. All right.
Are we recording? So,
There's a car coming.
ready?
Yep.
We're gonna get off this road because we've been trying to get that shot for about 45 minutes. Welcome to the cowshed.
It's yourself. Alexa, open slider.
When the robots take over the world, just remember we've always been cows.
Yep, AI. Today's an exciting day for the company where we try and create one of Scotland's biggest and best architectural glazing firms. We want to take you on the journey, and today marks the start of the cowshed build.
So, you join us in the sunshine and all is right with the world, Marky, because finally, after 6 months,
Yep.
the cowshed is finished. And me and him, are gonna take you for a wee tour. So we're gonna get off this road because we've been trying to get that shot for about 45 minutes. This is it. And we're going to go in the door and have a wee look, but from the outside, this is just a little taste of what you can see. So we've got the Q-Fork Cortizo, sliding door, and then a few other bits and pieces. And actually, one of the things that happened during the process is this Cortizo front door. Mark can demonstrate all the beauties that are incorporated into that.
We've got a bit of landscaping to finish off, which happens next week. However, this landscaping is not going to stop us.
No,
moving in.
We're moved in.
We've moved in. We're done. We're finished. This is something for a later date. So that'll be finished off next week. When we did the refurb, there was a big steel, ugly fire door that was located here, and it had about 7 licks of paint to try and make it look half decent. And we thought, look, we've went to this extreme.
It looked like that door.
Yeah, it was the same as that door. And to be brutally honest, it didn't fit the bill with everything that we've done so far. And we thought, you know what, let's change this out and put something decent in. So we've got a amazing fingerprint scanner, which is on the door.
There we go.
Keyless entry. So if you come in, this is...
Welcome to the cowshed.
Finally, after 20 weeks, 6 months, know that we've been counting, this is the home of Glassworks. Blood, sweat, tears, sleepless nights, everything have gone into this. But to say that we're proud of what we've achieved, I think is a bit of an understatement. So when we took this on, the first time we came to view it was almost a year ago this week. It was the first time that we seen this building, and it had a rake of canoes in it, wetsuits, storage. There was
cow pats on the floor.
Cow pats on the floor. It was literally just a magnolia cowshed with green steel beams, and since then it has been gutted from the ground floor up, quite literally, to what we have here. So in the showroom we've got internal products, which are all the products that you see around the outside. We've got everything from tilt and turn windows, French doors, entrance doors. We have lift and slides. We have electrical lift and slides, which we'll let you get a wee glimpse at. In the centre, we've got the Daco product, which is this stuff here, and it is fantastic. The quality in this is unreal. So for the first time since we've really been in this industry, we've got a fantastic timber, window supplier. They do doors, they do PVC systems as well. The quality of the stuff that we've managed to put in here is...
Yeah, we've tried to be as intentional as we possibly could with regards to how we laid it out and where we put everything. So everything on this side of the room is timber aluminium. Everything on the opposite side of the room is timber aluminium. UPVC aluminium. Those are Internorm related. So Internorm timber alley on one side, Internorm UPVC alley on the opposite side. Within each of these spaces, we have Internorm specific colour boards, handles, accessories. So we've got stuff on that side, we've got stuff on the opposite side. We've then separated the Daco so that there's no confusion. And we have a separate little area in this corner with all the Daco cross sections, colour options, everything else that we've got there. The part of the showroom that you saw from the outside has the Q-Fort Cortizo in it, so all of that is separate again, and we've got the boards for Q-Fort on the back wall there. And then our offices, as you'll know from some of the videos that we did during the construction, our offices also form part of the showroom and the displays. So we've done these, I don't know if we had the roof and stuff on, so we've done these as little standalone pods, which then we've dressed up so that they look like houses with little extensions or little pop-outs on them, so that we could put in lift and slide doors. We've got a glass-to-glass corner on one side, we've got an HX panorama on the opposite side. One is, showing this detail, one showing effectively what it would look like if you had a corner post. We then have bifold options from Daco. Inside Mark's office, we've got all UPVC Daco lift and slide option. In my office, we've got Internorm side entrance doors. We've put grass down. We've tried to make it as easy as possible for people to come into the showroom and visualize these products in their project, because that's one of the things that people say to us all the time. I can't take it in my head, I can't take it from the 2D drawing to what it's going to look like in my house. So we've tried to simplify that for them so they can come in here and they can have a wee look around and get a sense of what it's going to look like in their build.
The concept that we've designed, and when we set about kind of putting pen to paper on this place a year ago, was that we knew we didn't have huge amounts of space, so we had to be very, very clever with what we put in, how we designed it, where we put it. But the one thing that we were adamant on is that everything that we put in needed to be full size. So it's no good if you're going to buy a 2, 3, 4 metre wide lift and slide door and someone hands you a little hand sample of it and goes, this is what you're going to get. We needed to put in something that was tangible or close to a real life size door. So all the products that we've got in here are either 2.2 or 2.4 high, with the exception of the big aluminium door, which we'll show you at the end because it is something else. So everything that is in here is a real life size product.
And that's not just so that you can see it and get a sense of what that's going to look like. It's also so that you can operate it and feel. These aren't, kind of throwaway products. They're substantial. They will last a lifetime. But with that, there's a bit of heft to some of them. There's a bit of weight. There's the quality of construction that comes with, the Austrian or Polish systems that we and Spanish systems that we have in the showroom. So it's important that you get a full sense of what that's going to be like in your project.
Definitely. So that's main showroom, the built out pods. We'll give you a little more of an insight into these. Steph's office, the one that took about 18 weeks to paint.
It took 18 weeks to paint, and then on top of that we had like a little kind of electrical thing that we had to resolve, which was the last thing I needed at the end of all of that. But it's finished. So this is it. Got all my, little areas, knickknacks, everything that I need to provide quotations and make sure that we are, oh, that's good, there you go. Please like and subscribe. Couldn't have timed that if we tried, but we did try. So, yeah, it's sitting in the office feels weird, I'm not gonna lie. We've only been in for about a week or so. Oddly, it feels, you know, like we've always been here, because things are, you know, similar to how we had them set up in the little temporary office that we were in, but we've just got enough space. We've got the space that we need in order to operate and get on with stuff the way that we've kind of spoke about and that we've been looking to do. So,
and the other thing is as well is that, yeah, like our offices are nice. We spent a lot of time thinking about this and considering should we not. But the truth of the matter is that we've put everything that we've made over the past year has gone back into this business and gone back into this showroom. We haven't, you know, taken any money out of the company. The whole process of this has been about creating the best space that we possibly could in order to make this a really, really nice high-end environment. And more than anything else, we wanted to have an environment that was nice to work in. Like for us, you know, we've worked in offices which are office environments. You know, you get your desk, you get a lamp, you get a computer. That's your scenario.
everybody saw the temporary office, you know. I'm not even sure it was this size.
No, the temporary office was smaller than this.
Yeah.
So this is where we came from. Like, that's what we came from to this. So this feels like a massive, massive luxury. And you'll also notice as you look around the building, there is several cows. And this is a nod to the cow shed itself. So comment how many cows you've counted so far. Yeah. There might be a prize at the end of this. So yeah, and obviously, as we said, the offices themselves form part of the showroom. So we wanted a nice office environment because when people come through here, it's going to be part of the showroom experience. They need to feel what it's like. So Steph has got the Daco PVC HST Motion, which is such a smooth operating door. It's phenomenal. And that comes out into these pop-out bays that we created, which again are a good size. So if you've got, 3 or 4 people coming to have a look at product, you can comfortably stand in this area, have a look at the external finish, the internal finish. You could compare products. This is the beautiful Internorm HS330 with soft close, and feature which I still think is phenomenal. It's the integrated fly screen built into this, which looks superb, mega functional as well. So yeah, this is the kind of right hand side of displays.
The best side.
It's yourself on the telly.
Well, actually, look at that. Look at where it was.
Where was it?
Just that's us standing in the cow shed when it's,
yeah,
not a shell, but none of the finishes are done. Product is in, but we still had a long way to go at that point. None of the flooring, none of the carpet, none of the.
It's a good comparison video.
Around, yeah.
Coming this way,
vlogs are available on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to watch the whole journey, by all means, get over there, like and subscribe.
So this is my office. Again, similar styles. All the furniture that we selected was all the same, so it kind of all fitted together. Again, like having this space, like for activities, is phenomenal. Cows there, cows behind the door. I've not opted for, it was just the way it worked out. I've got the bifold door, which is the Daco 77 FDHD.
You fought me for that.
Eh?
You fought me for that.
Did I? But this, again, superb. Works beautifully. And again, my office steps out into another pop-out, so plenty of space here to demonstrate the product properly. And on this one, we have got the KS 430 lift and slide, which is electric, so hands-free.
And this is not timber.
Yep.
UPVC aluminium. This is Internorm iTech Decor, so printed wood finish.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there are some in other showrooms, but we've not had this product before on display. And actually, I'm still gutted that we didn't get this on camera.
Yeah.
But when Internorm were here to have a wee look around as part of the
When Danny was up.
construction, when Danny was up.
Shout out to Danny.
Shout out to Danny.
And Gemma as well.
Danny mistook that. And the kids. Hi Summer, hi India. When he was looking at it, at first glance he thought it was a timber aluminium. So it just goes to show the quality of the finish on that you know, somebody who's dealing with it every day can mistake it for a real timber product. It's a really, really good system.
A little party piece of this. And if this doesn't work, cut, then recut. Alexa, open slider.
What's your voice code for slider? The slider is unlocked.
Oh, but it is.
I didn't even touch it. Magic. Alexa integration. So because these are E-key linked,
To help you with that.
we can...
You've done all you can.
You've done it, Alexa. You've done enough. So, yeah, everyone's voice controlled, linked. So we can open the Internorm entrance doors just using voice command, and we can open the showroom doors using voice command. You don't see that every day.
No.
That's
Thanks, Alexa.
and it worked.
Yeah.
It doesn't really like a Scottish accent, so you have to be quite particular in your pronunciation.
When the robots take over the world, just remember we've always been kind to you.
Yep. AI. And then we come through to the back area. We start here, Steph?
We'll come back to this.
We'll come back to this.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's where all the good stuff is.
Aye, yep.
Yeah, my desk.
Yep.
Oh, that's good. So this is a boardroom area. That section down there, all about the product. This bit is about sitting down with the client, having the discussions, specification, going through the finer details of the project. And one of the things that was really important to us was having enough space that we could lay out, you know, drawings, bring out samples, bring out colour swatches, all of that type of stuff. We've spoke multiple times about the multifunctionality of this space, and we're still in the process of refining some of that, but ultimately this is the boardroom area. We've got a huge TV on the wall here, so first and foremost, if people have clients in, we can bring up the systems, we can bring up the quotes, we can look at all the finer detail of the offering that we're discussing. The plans moving forward is that these are all stackable and they slide under this section here. The top comes off of this, it can fold, it can go up against the wall, or it can just be lifted to the side. And this doubles up as our VR suite. So we'll have VR headsets you can put on if you're coming in, you know, with your partner or in multiple people looking at the project. One person can wear the headset. It's going to be on the screen. You can walk through our show village. You can go through all the different systems that are integrated into the project, and we can have a discussion about what it is you're looking for, what you need, and all of that happens here. This is the main meeting space of Glassworks, and I was worried for a while that it was going to be too small, but you know, like we've got loads of room.
And a lot of the videos that we've shot in here, we usually end up in this area.
Standing, because you go like
you
round
walk
that
round.
way, yeah.
But we only got the lights put in, you know, literally a week before we moved in, and we were like, oh, it's quite dark. This is like an awesome space. We've already had umpteen meetings here with clients. And it's just great size.
Not just like with clients. We had we had Pam and from Digitize who are helping us with a website and other bits and pieces like marketing type stuff. And the difference it made to be sat in here and have stuff on the screen that we could look at and we could discuss in real time, because you're looking at it, everybody's looking at the same thing. It's just like a bit of a game changer for us. So
same with meetings. We had a meeting with Daco in Poland. We've got the webcam set up there. It's like, it's superb. And this bit here, when we get the VR, which fingers crossed, 2 to 3 weeks, we need to just get over the last of the bills from here and get them out of the way. But
looks great, but it's not been cheap.
Yeah, it's not been cheap. But we're going to get the VR set up. This was the whole point of having. It's the backbone of what we've tried to create here.
So kind of further to what Mark said about next door in terms of, we didn't have a lot of space. The part of the discussions that we had initially was we don't want to go too big, have too much space, and basically just constantly have to feed the beast in terms of we've got all of this product sat out there, only 10-20% is what people come in to see. So we have purposefully picked a space for the office and showroom, which was a bit smaller than maybe what we've had in previous iterations of this type of stuff, but we knew that this would complement everything that we have next door, and this is largely going to make up the bigger element of what we are offering people, because within the VR space, there's infinite possibilities in terms of what we can look at and what we can show you. Yeah. So this, coupled with being able to go next door and actually see, feel and touch the products, that's the kind of game changer for us.
Yeah. At the back, not mega exciting stuff, but it's important for us. We've got a kitchen. Yeah, right.
We never had that in a temporary office.
We never had that in a temporary office, and we've got a toaster, a kettle, a microwave. We do our dishes, like we're quite well house trained. Lisa can vouch for that we are quite tidy. We're good that way. And here we have our toilet. Now it is quite bougie, but it's ours, and we had the opportunity to do this. Massive shout out to Greg Denham, who helped us out with the tiles for here and for the shower. Moda Ceramics. Just like hit it out the park. Massive help to us. You should check them out for all your ceramic tile needs.
And we've not even had a chance to send them pictures, so that they might just be seeing this.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
The tiles have worked out,
and they worked out colour matched perfectly.
Perfect, yeah.
But Decafoil, there's Lisa there. Right, she does exist. She's a real thing. No paper towels here. You get cloth towels, proper gear. Artwork a la Steph.
More cows. Be on the merch store if you're interested.
How many cows are in the toilet? Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cows in the toilet. Sound like something off a CBeebies there.
I can't remember. I've lost count of the amount of cows we've placed around this.
It's got a lot of cows. Like Steph, you can take us into the accessible
WC. So again, similar vibe to next door. Obviously, there's like specific requirements within this one, so there's a bit more space, but we didn't forget the cows.
Yep.
And here you go. There's a wee bit more. These ones are next to the bar, so they've got a drink.
Yep.
But we couldn't miss the opportunity to put a wee can of Tennent's in their hand. So a couple more cows.
Tennent's, if you're watching this, I'm a massive fan of your alcoholic beverages and lager beers. Yeah. If you want to supply Tennent's to the cowshed for the purposes of client entertainment,
that's it. Anything, we're going full Scottish.
Full Scottish,
obviously. So Tennent's, Ambrew.
Yep.
Any whiskey companies that need windows, quid pro quo.
We'll keep the camera facing this way because the last bit's the kind of best bit, I think. Yeah. This is obviously Lisa's area. This is Lisa's humble abode. Lisa, do you want to do the tour? Yeah, Lisa, right.
100%.
Right, we need a microphone, Steph. Mine's is on there. There we go. Lisa, you can hold it. Everybody, it's
I'm
Lisa.
moving my glass.
Lisa,
Hello.
she's tidying
I'm
up
tidying
in
up.
advance.
Maybe I'm the one that's the messy one, not you. This is my humble abode.
Yep, all around
My
here.
nice wee,
Yep.
my nice wee space.
We should probably say this bit here was an afterthought, because when we designed,
an afterthought.
when this was designed, Lisa didn't work for us.
No.
So when we designed it, this was going to be a seating area, and when Lisa joined, we had to create a desk space. Hence why it's not enclosed and everything else. Over the next couple of weeks, again, we're just getting over a wee bit of construction. We're going to build a little wall here, which will have the same acoustic panelling as over there. And yeah, it'll look a bit more in keeping.
It works.
How do you like your office, Lisa?
I love
How
it.
do you like your little
It's
corner?
comfortable. It's nice. I like it.
Yeah, and we've got now a fully proper integrated 3-phone system and a credit card machine.
There we go.
We're like the real deal,
Yeah.
the real full shebang. And we television up there so that when clients come in, we can put their names on it, and it's
Other radio stations are available.
other radio stations are
Very
available. Lisa, you can take us over to the seating area.
Of course, of course.
That links beautifully.
Yeah. So comfortable little seats here. I like
Yep.
this.
So we've got a
No,
little.
it's nice. This will be for clients come in. They can sit here, enjoy their coffee, enjoy their prosecco, their champagne, their wine.
Prosecco champagne wine? Whatever do you mean?
Tequila rose.
Why don't you take us over to our party piece?
The best bit.
So,
No showroom would be complete without a way for us to ply clients with booze so that they loosen up and, just sign that contract. But no, in all seriousness, you'll know, I don't know how much we've talked about it. Certainly both myself and Mark like a coffee. And
I love a
actually,
coffee, Steph.
I'm pretty sure Mark has alluded to the fact that the coffee machine was the first thing that we picked for the showroom before we had even finalised where stands and things like that would go. But
Or we signed the lease.
or we signed the lease, aye. But ultimately, it's an important part, because if you come to a showroom, you want to get a nice, cup of coffee, tea while we're having a discussion. These things take a couple of hours,
Yep.
oftentimes, so you want to be comfortable. We do also have soft drinks and something a wee bit harder as well, if that was, what you would like. And by all means, we're here for that. So we have state-of-the-art Ninja coffee machine. It's absolutely phenomenal. You've probably already seen the little video that we put up of the first coffee, but it's only getting better.
It's
Only getting better. The more that you figure out like the settings and like how to kind of dial in exactly the coffee that you like, top notch.
I think it improves the windows tenfold.
I mean, the whole cowshed experience is lifted by this little magic box over here. We got, a couple of wee syrups and things like that, just so you can play around with how you want it. I mean, we're in Scotland, so, it's like 27 degrees, obviously, outside. You've already seen the sunshine, and that's just, just
It's a normal day.
normal day at the cowshed. So we got a nice machine for our iced lattes and everything else. But equally, if you come in and you want a soft drink, a wee whiskey on the rocks, we've got the option for that. Speaking of something on the rocks, the bar area, we've also got a wine cooler here, dual zone. So we've got an area for white, an area for red. Come in, see us, have a wee drink, buy something.
Yeah, buy some windows.
Yeah.
And if it all, if this doesn't work out, if the window industry is not for us, we're just going to hire this out as a venue. Take the windows out, make that a dance floor, DJs on the roof, bar. Pretty much it. And that's it. It's done.
Yeah.
20 weeks. No fallouts.
No, between us.
Not between us. No, we've had strong disagreements, and the disagreements that we've had have actually turned out for the best. Like this.
I knew you were
How
gonna say that.
cool do these
The
look?
tables look minted. I mean, ultimately, I think we've had these discussions, but you can plan and plan and plan, but until you stand in the space, and I suppose this is probably relevant to some of the people that might be watching this in terms of their own projects and things like that, you'll know yourself if you're trying to pick a kitchen or you're trying to lay out furniture or something in a room. You can draw it, you can put it on paper. Sometimes you just need to stand in the space before you say, actually, do you know what would be the best? This would be the best. And this is a kind of prime example of that, because we had looked at a number of different options. At no point had either of us thought about this, but through a process of elimination and back and forth, and I was pretty fixed on what I wanted, Mark was pretty fixed on what he wanted, and we kind of hashed it out and came up with something like this, which I think is way better than what either of us were proposing beforehand. And there's elements of that next door in terms of the layout of the stands and how it all came together. You know, everything happens for a reason. So I think we got there in the end. It's been a long journey, but I'm really, really pleased. I mean, I have to keep pinching myself, if I'm honest. Like, standing in the space that we have envisaged in our head for the past, year to 6 months, and
I'm mega proud of it.
I feel like I'm going to take the VR headset off and be like, all right, still a shithole.
I'm mega proud of it, and I think it is a nice place to work, which is what we always wanted to have.
Yeah, you want to look forward to coming to work, and you want to be proud and you know, kind of willing to show it off to customers and friends and stuff, and we're 100% in that category now.
And one last thing, the whole point, the very, very, very first thing that made us pull the trigger on this shithole.
I had no idea what he was going to say.
The very first thing that made us pull the trigger on this shithole of a cowshed.
I mean, it was. We maybe have some B-roll that we can throw in at this point. Like
B-roll thrown in.
It was. Shithole was doing a service really, because also Lisa kind of said, like, when I saw what the place looked like, I was like.
So you can kind of see at the moment you're looking through 2 windows, and if you look through that right-hand side window there just now, you can see the famous Wallace Monument. But what's more, if you come round this way and you look at this stunning door, Q4, Panorama 7, 2.8 metres high, just under 4 metres wide. It glides phenomenally. And if you walk through here, this is the view that the showroom has. It is stupendous.
Yeah.
Stupendous.
I mean, the sunshine doesn't add to it because we've got that on a normal day anyway, but...
This is Scotland.
You know, the door is fantastic.
Yeah. And we've got a little outside area here, so when you want to see how a door's going to look, you can have a look at threshold details. We've got
the big
ceiling.
Selling feature of a door like this is when it's obviously it glides effortlessly, but for as big as it is, the sight line is 28 millimeters.
Yeah.
You know, it's absolutely nothing, and so you're maximising the glass. But for us, what that was about was maximising the view, because that's what we stood here in this doorway, looked at that and thought, we'll just make this work.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know
how we were going to make it work.
We don't know how we're going to pull that together, but that legitimizes everything that's in there, because when people are trying to decide on the right glazing package for their project, they want to be able to stand in an area which helps them to visualize the reason you're doing it, and that's the reason.
That's our money shot.
A project like this.
Yeah. So that's it, everyone. Normal service will resume. We obviously had a wee 2-week hiatus. from editing vlogs. We've pieced them together pretty quickly now, and you'll have caught up. Back to selling jobs now and specifying and doing exactly what we set out to do on the very first video that we released 19-20 weeks ago. Glassworks is go. Yeah. Welcome to the cowshed.
That's it. We better get inside and get bored of all the sunshine.
I know, getting sunburnt.
Constantly having.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
We're going for a coffee, potentially a beer. We'll see you in the next one.
We'll see you in the comments.